Fatal Vespers. The Fatal Vespers was a 1623 structural collapse at Hunsdon House in Blackfriars, London, official residence of the French ambassador. There were 95 fatalities when the floor of an upper room collapsed under the weight of 300 people who were attending a Roman Catholic service. Protestant polemicists interpreted the disaster as evidence of divine opposition to Papism. Location: Hunsdon House in Blackfriars had been the London residence of Baron Hunsdon, whose country seat, another Hunsdon House, was in Hertfordshire. The Blackfriars House became the official residence of the French ambassador at the court of St. James's. At a time when practice of Roman Catholicism was restricted in England, emissaries from Catholic countries had diplomatic immunity, such that chaplains and other clerics under their protection performed Mass and other rites at their residences, where English Roman Catholics recusants were often in attendance. In 1623 there was no French ambassador in residence, but the building's diplomatic status remained. Event: on the afternoon of Sunday, 26 October Old Style 1623, about 300 persons assembled in an upper room at Hunsdon House for the purpose of participating in a religious service led by Robert Drury and William Whittingham, two Jesuits. While Drury was preaching, the great weight of the crowd in the old room suddenly snapped the main summer beam of the floor, which instantly crashed in and fell into the room below. The main beams there also snapped, and broke through to the ambassador's drawing-room over the gatehouse, a distance of 22 feet. Part of the floor, being less crowded, stood firm, and the people on it cut a way through a plaster wall into a neighboring room. The two Jesuits were killed on the spot. About 95 persons lost their lives, while many others sustained serious injuries. Commentary: a circumstantial account of the accident was provided in the doleful Evensong 1623 by Thomas Goad, and another contemporary description is given in the Fatal Vespers 1623, bearing the initials W.C., and erroneously ascribed to William Crashaw, father of the poet. The disaster was the subject of a broadside ballad, The Dismal Day at the Blackfriars, or a deplorable elegy on the death of almost 100 persons who were lamentably slain by the fall of a house in the Blackfriars, being all assembled there after the manner of their devotions to hear a sermon on Sunday night, the 26th of October last past, and 1623. Some people regarded this calamity as a judgment on the Catholics, so much was God offended with their detestable idolatry. In response, Father John Floyd wrote a word of comfort to the English Catholics, published as a quarto volume in St. Omer in 1623. As late as 1657, the Puritan minister Samuel Clarke, claiming to have been an eyewitness at the time, produced an explicitly providentialist account in the Fatal Vespers, a true and full narrative of that signal judgment of God upon the Papists by the fall of the house in Blackfriars, London, upon their 5th of November, 1623.